السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله والرجاء من القوة المتين. وأصلي وأسلم على صفوة أنبيائه والمرسلين حبيبنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. عباد الله، أوصيكم وإياي بتقوى الله، إن للمتقين مفازا. All the praises and thanks be to Allah, the cherisher and sustainer of the universe, the all-provider, the owner of power, the most strong, steadfast forever. I do testify that none is worthy of worship in truth but Allah, the one who has no partners in his lordship, in worship, or in names and qualities. I do testify that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, who is the very best of humanity, is a servant and the last messenger of Allah. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon him to proceed. May Allah send peace and blessings to his family, his companions, and all those who follow his footsteps in obedience to Allah to the day of judgment. Dearest brothers and sisters in Islam, as we all know, the very major thing known by all the believers without learning more, just by listening and looking for foundations of simple books, you'll find that Allah has mentioned that He has brought us here to worship Him and nothing else. And He said, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونِ. I did not create the jinns and mankind, but worship Me. And that is the job we are here for. Today here, on this Friday, we are here also for the same thing. We worship sometimes in other places, but as Friday, Allah has commanded the believers to be all together and to hasten going to the masjid so that they can hear the remainder from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I'm going to remind about the good news from Allah and the warning also. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after He said He has created us to worship Him, He sent many, many messengers to us in different corners of the planet, teaching them how to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the last of these messengers is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the very best of humanity. But in their teaching, the messengers, they taught in different corners of this world, and they faced different attitudes from different nations, different tribes of the people, and different types of lives. But still, Allah summarized the job of all these messengers in two things only. He summarized the job of the messengers to give people good news from Him. And on the other side, to warn the people. And this is what Allah says in the Quran, وَمَا نُرْسِلُ الْمُرْسَلِينَ إِلَّا مُبَشِّرِينَ وَمُنذِرِينَ. And I do not send messengers, but just as warners and just as givers of good news and as warners. فَمَنْ آمَنَ وَأَصْلَحَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. So who will give positive response to the messengers and believe in Allah and follow the instructions, then he is supposed to receive the glad tidings from Allah. And that is the promise of Allah. As He said in the Quran, وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ أَنَّ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. Say, give good news for the believers of the message, of my message. Give them good news that they will have the paradise. And the news is from me, that they will have the paradise and they will have all types of entertainment in the paradise eternally. And there are many verses explaining like this one. Again, Allah says, رُسُلًا مُبَشِّرِينَ وَمُنذِرِينَ لِأَلَّا يَكُونَ لِلنَّاسِ عَلَى اللَّهِ حُجَّةٌ بَعْدَ الرُّسُلِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَزِيزًا حَكِيمًا. I sent the messengers just as givers of glad tidings to my creations and as warners. So you find that all the messengers, they came with only one purpose, and all the activities are summarized in these verses here. Just as the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, who is the very last messenger, Allah gave him the same assignment and summarized in the same way like other messengers before him. He said, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا مُبَشِّرًا وَنَذِيرًا. I have not sent you, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, except as a giver of glad tidings to make patience and to warn them also. You'll find this Ishara or the glad tidings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made the scholars to be involved in writing and great researches for and explained in many, many ways, actually, because the Jannah is called paradise. But what is paradise? It is the place where the good people are going to be residing by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But in there are a lot of details of entertainment and different types of enjoyment Allah kept in the paradise. Because of that, the scholars have written a lot of books concerning the paradise and the entertainments of the paradise. Just as Allah mentioned, they elaborated more the verses of the Quran and the ahadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Sahabas used to love to hear these news from Allah and from the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Huraira is telling this in his hadith, Rawahu Ahmad. عن أبو هريرة رضي الله عنه عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال كنا مع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقلنا يا رسول الله حدثنا عن الجنة وما بناؤها فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم لبنة من ذهب ولبنة من فضة وملاطها المسك وترابها زعفران وحصباؤها اللؤلؤ والياقوت من يدخلها ينعم لا ييأس ويخلد لا يموت ولا تبلى ثيابها ولا تفنى شبابها ولا يفنى شبابها أو كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم رواه أحمد. This means that Abu Huraira said, we were with the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam and hearing a lot of explanation of Allah and from him about Jannah, we asked him to tell us about the paradise and its buildings. The Prophet ﷺ said, لَبِنَةٌ مِنْ ذَهَبٍ وَلَبِنَةٌ مِنْ فَضَّةٍ. The blocks of the houses, those big houses in the paradise, are from the gold of paradise, and also from the dhahab, from the rubies. And milatuha al-mis, and the mixture of these blocks actually is mixed. وَتُرَابُهَا زَعْفَرَانِ, and the soil and the dust of paradise is saffron. مَنْ يَدْخُلُهَا يَنْعَمْ لَا يَيْأَسْ وَيَخْلُدُ لَا يَمُوتُ. Whoever will be allowed by Allah to get in the paradise, he will have a lot of favors and he will not be tired there enjoying the favors of Allah, and he will never die and he will live there eternally in the paradise. وَلَا تَفْنَى ثِيَابُهَا, and the clothes of the people of paradise will never get shabby or look like wind. They always look like new and beautiful. وَلَا يَفْنَى شَبَابُهَا, and the usage, the young age of the people of paradise will not disappear, will not go because of residing there in many, many years and centuries, and thousands and years and centuries will have the same look, young age, and even more beautiful, as has been narrated from other hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So these are the good news, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself, he began actually when he said, وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ أَنَّ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. And give the good news from me, O Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to my creations, that they will have the Jannah, which is the residing of the people, the righteous people, obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Sahabas hearing about those, actually, they were so much encouraged. They had a great zeal actually worshiping Allah, and they were doing competition in giving charities, in giving zakat, and in doing all good deeds day and night actually to have those places because they are great there and there are different types of Jannah and the Firdaus is the highest one. So the Sahabas were competing each other to do more so that they can get the highest levels of the paradise as mentioned by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But Allah, after all that, He mentioned in the Quran, these are good news, they are for nothing. Actually, it is not for nothing you get this good news. The good news have to work for it. There are means and reasons which will send you to the paradise and meet these good news and glad tidings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. By no way you will attain the piety. By no way you will attain the piety or taqwa. It is translated also as Jannah. By no way you will get the Jannah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unless you spend that which you love yourself. You love most, you spend it for the sake of Allah to buy the Jannah or to be accepted by Allah and qualified to be given the go-ahead in the paradise. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned also, after he mentioned the Jannah, he said, there is hellfire. And that is where the invar comes. Allah says, وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَالصَّالِحَاتِ أَنَّ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ. And then he said, وَأَنذِرْهُمْ, and warn them, warn the believers actually against against my punishment. They should not do anything, or they should not be in any condition that will allow them to be taken to the punishment. It is severe. It is severe. But that punishment, Allah will easily erase it and keep it away for a person who does give charities, as he mentioned. فَسَيُجَنَّبُهَا الْأَتْقَى الَّذِي يُؤْتِي مَالَهُ يَتَزَكَّى وَمَا لِأَحَدٍ عِندَهُ مِنْ نِعْمَةٍ تُجْزَى إِلَّا ابْتِغَاءَ وَجْهِ رَبِّهِ الْأَعْلَى وَلَسَوْفَ يَرْضَى. Say, Allah will keep him away from the punishment and from the hellfire. That person, those people who give their wealth, who give their charity to purify themselves just for the sake of pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, dearest brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah has summarized the job of all Anbiya in these two issues only. And that is where we find the whole Islam actually. Because Allah says, وَمَنْ آمَنَ وَأَصْلَحَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. Whoever will believe in Allah and do righteous good deeds, he should not have fear. And he should not feel sad about missing the paradise. He will go there if he believes, as long as he believes in Allah and follow the practice of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah grant us that we should do all good and righteous deeds such as this way. And may Allah grant us that we should be connected to His servants, the best ones in here and hereafter. And may Allah grant us that we should be grateful for His favors which He has bestowed on us. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم فاستغفروه. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, as Allah has commanded those who believe to be righteous and do good deeds and follow His messenger, so they deserve to get the glad tidings. And this actually made the believers compete each other, as I have mentioned before. They were competing in charity and in zakat. It is the nature of the people who have faith in Allah to compete each other. And it is the nature which Allah has mentioned, even the malaika, they are competing each other, swimming actually in the air, coming to the earth, sending the news or taking the record to Allah, they are competing. As Allah said, and I say about those angels were competing each other and is sending or taking the news to Allah. Each one wants to be fast because that is the nature of the people who have the love and faith and gratitude of worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم في العالمين انك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم في العالمين انك حميد مجيد. وارض اللهم عن اربعه الخلفاء الراشدين ابي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن سائر اصحاب رسولك اجمعين وعن التابعين والتابعين لهم بإحسان يوم الدين وجمعنا معهم يا رب العالمين في جنتك جنة النعيم مع أصحاب رسولك صلى الله عليه وسلم. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. فاذكروا الله العظيم الجليل يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون واقيموا الصلاه.
الله أكبر الله